Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're going to embark on a really serene journey together. It's a quiet exploration into spiritual knowledge, stepping just beyond the familiar things we always hear about and into a whole universe of profound wisdom. Let me just start by asking you a question. Do you ever get that feeling of, spiritual fatigue? Hearing the same stories, the same names over and over again. Well, what if I told you there's an entire cosmos of divine expressions out there, each with its own unique wisdom, just waiting for us to discover? That is exactly what this is all about. We're going to gently pull back the curtain on some of these hidden manifestations. Think of it as a calming exploration that promises a much deeper, more expansive understanding of the whole spiritual realm. So, our first step here is to venture beyond those familiar names we all know. This is really an invitation to expand your spiritual horizons, to discover wisdom that's been quietly waiting in the wings all this time. Now, what's really interesting here is how this frames our whole journey. Look, we deeply respect the familiar faces of divinity, Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, and the powerful lessons they represent. But today, we're going to use their core themes as a kind of gateway to explore a much wider universe of avatars who stand for the exact same ideals: serenity, inner peace, and compassion, just in different, lesser-known ways. Let's start our discovery with what are called the echoes. These are the avatars of serenity. We're going to explore how a really profound sense of peace can be found just by tuning ourselves into the harmony of the natural world. In some of these lesser-known animist traditions, especially from coastal forest dwellers, an avatar of serenity isn't a single person or thing. It's actually seen as a conscious echo of the environment itself, a divine manifestation of ecological balance. It's this sacred intelligence they believe exists in how everything is connected, from the fungal network under the ground to the canopy of the oldest trees. And this quote, wow, it just brilliantly sums up their core philosophy, a teaching that's been passed down for generations. See, it's not about big, loud announcements. It's all about deep listening. It teaches that serenity isn't something you go out and chase, but something you realize you're already a part of. One single living breath. Okay, so let's make this practical. How can this ancient wisdom bring us peace today? First, practice what these traditions call deep seeing. It's simple. Just go outside and mindfully observe. Second, you can honor that interconnectedness with one small action, like using a reusable cup. And third, try nurturing a plant. It's a way to connect directly with that cycle of life and growth they held so sacred. All right, so from the serenity of the outer world, we're now going to turn inward. Let's explore the whispers, the avatars of peace, and learn how we can discover tranquility right inside ourselves through quiet contemplation. So, hidden within the teachings of a few secluded, non-theistic monastic orders is this idea of an avatar of inner peace. For them, this isn't some external being you pray to. No, it's a state of consciousness that you can invoke, a kind of divine protector for your mind that guards that inner stillness from all the chaos of the modern world. I really love this quote. It's drawn from one of their central texts, and it's just such a powerful reminder that clarity doesn't come from all the noise and the struggle. It comes from the quiet space we can create after the storm. The most profound answers we're looking for, they're often just waiting for us to get still enough to hear them. So, how do we find this silence in our busy lives? Well, first, you actually have to schedule it. Just 5 intentional minutes. Their tradition calls this tending the inner garden. Second, dedicate a small space in your home, just a corner, as your sanctuary for quiet. And third, whenever you feel stressed, just come back to your breath. They see it as this simple, powerful anchor to the present moment. Our final exploration today is maybe the most vital one for our super connected world. We're going to meet the embracers, the avatars of compassion, who teach us about healing ourselves and each other through empathy and selfless love. So, in these little fragments of what are believed to be lost Gnostic texts, there are references to a figure known as the Mender, or an avatar of compassion. This isn't a being of grand miracles, but a divine healer of the heart. And the way they work is through us, by fostering deep empathy and inspiring those selfless acts of love that just ripple outward. This short parable, it just captures their essence so perfectly. It teaches that healing isn't just a personal thing, it's communal. When you heal a part of yourself, you're not just helping you. You're actually creating a light that can guide others who are walking a similar path. It's beautiful, right? Okay, let's dive into this final set of practices. First, the next time someone is talking to you, just listen. Don't think about what you're going to say next, just hear them. Second, make a choice to forgive a past hurt. The Gnostic text suggests this is really about freeing yourself. And third, perform one small, anonymous act of kindness with absolutely no expectation of getting anything back.
So we've traveled to some really quiet, beautiful places on our journey today. But like any pilgrimage, the true transformation doesn't happen at the destination. It happens in how we carry that wisdom back with us into our everyday lives.
So, what have we really learned? Well, we've seen that the divine is so much more vast than we often imagine, and that all this ancient wisdom holds practical keys for our modern challenges. But most importantly, paths to serenity, peace, and compassion. They aren't some distant ideals. They're accessible trails just waiting for us to take that first step on what is a uniquely personal and ongoing journey.
And so I'll leave you with this final thought to carry with you. We've unveiled a few lesser-known avatars today, but the universe is just full of wisdom. So the real question is, what hidden wisdom, maybe from a book, a person, or just a quiet moment in nature, inspires you on your journey? Thank you so much for exploring with me.